All right. We're here with Valfaris.
All right.
Got this game from the developers, so they wanted us to look at this game.
Yeah.
So Dalsson,
Okay.
what is this game? You're the one who played it.
Yeah.
Well, so there's this little game that I think some of you may have heard of called
Mario.
Metroid,
Uh-huh.
and there's another one called Contra, and there's another one called Castlevania, and there's also this kind of sci-fi feel, like like 80s sci-fi. It kind of gives me a Blood Dragon vibe, maybe. You know that kind of
bit.
thing.
I do recognize this game.
But basically, it's like a very difficult 2D side-scrolling shooter slasher.
Right.
So as you
Right.
can see, I have like those rockets are like my special gun, and then the ice flamethrower is my normal gun, and then I also have that sword that I'm swinging around. Now, those are the three types of things you can equip. There are many different things you can equip in all of these slots. I think I play with some more of those later. But at its base, it's kind of just like it's not very Metroidvania-y. First, I'll say it's definitely like linear
It's like
level.
a Contra. So
Yeah,
it's basically
it's
just like a
Contra,
Contra,
but
right?
there are like secrets in the levels for you to like go around and find for more power. So it's kind of Metroid-y in that regard.
I think they had that in... At least, maybe not Contra, but Contra likes for sure.
Not not in like the first NES Contra, but yeah.
Right. So another thing, I don't know if you were paying attention
NES
when I was fighting
Contra.
that guy a second ago.
The game that
But a
was
second
just
ago I was
called Contra.
As if you wouldn't
Fighting
play
this
the
guy.
Neo Geo arcade Contra, you play the fucking
Sure,
NES
you're right.
Contra. What's wrong
Sure,
with
I'm
you?
gonna have to fight him again.
NES Contra was the first video game I beat. I did use the cheats though, but like obviously I was like
Up,
five.
down, left, right.
Up, down, left, right, BA, start, or select start if you wanted to play with two players.
Ooh, so
Eat up your
two-player
fucking-
was a fucking cheat code?
No, you press select to go to the two-player on
okay.
the menu screen.
Oh, okay.
This does look
So
some...
as you can see now, I'm in like an elevator sequence where I have to make sure that
This is
I don't get zapped by all that
this is
shit.
the most
Mega Man
fucking
shit.
Contra map I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
a really cool fight, and now I'm fighting these dudes. Now the reason I keep hitting stuff with my sword is because in this game you have a shield. I died, you see. You have a shield. It's that little blue bar under my health. The shield is recharged by killing stuff with your sword. See now, here's all my like guns. You have your primary, your special, and your sword. The special, like that rocket launcher, and the shield are in the same pool, which is recharged by killing stuff with your sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then of course you have your normal gun, which just has infinite ammo. Now you may have noticed that I've died a lot, and there was a point. I'll point it out when I come up to it. But there was a point where I could have used a checkpoint, but up in the upper right-hand corner of my screen here, you'll see that I have like 4 of 9 somethings.
Yeah.
Those somethings are like little keys that you use to unlock checkpoints. And the reason you would want to have those is because every key increases your maximum health. So if you don't use a checkpoint, you're rewarded by having more maximum health going forward.
That's cool.
Oh, that's
And-
actually really neat.
Yeah, so like you can skip a checkpoint because you know, oh, well, I can probably beat this part and just go to the next checkpoint. It also has a parrying system if you time the shield right, which is what it's trying to teach me there, and what I was trying to show off. But I do think, yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
I ran out of shield.
Which is your blue bar, it looks like.
Yes. So another thing, of course, I want to point out is that this game is very hard. Also, I kind of get a little tilted halfway through and do shit like that. Because
Understandable.
I hate doing the same thing over and over again, and that's what's so beautiful about the checkpoint. I hate doing the same thing over and over again, but like eventually I think in like at this sequence I get fed up with trying to do this over and over again, and I just take the checkpoint halfway through.
Dude, those legs are walking at you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now usually the game is very good about giving you one key per checkpoint. I don't know what that was about.
What?
Sorry, the video feed lagged out for me. I thought it was the recording. It's usually good about giving you one checkpoint key per checkpoint, but, sometimes they're in, like, secret areas and stuff. Yeah,
Oh, that too, yeah.
It's really neat to run around. They have a lot of unique set pieces and a lot of unique bosses as well. Which I'm not even sure I actually get. I guess there's kind of a mini boss at the end of this sequence that I get. See, here I'm like, okay, we'll put in the thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to fight that asshole that I have to parry over again.
And you get to do the fun
yeah,
stuff
like,
over and over again instead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You go down the Mega Man elevator.
Mm-hmm. This is and then at the end of this is like a little mini boss, and like, I mean, look, I've been sitting here for what, like 10 minutes in this freaking sequence, and I just keep getting frustrated at it.
Yeah, as it's done.
How do you feel about the music?
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good question.
the music is actually really good. It like sets the atmosphere really nicely. Like the game is very campy. There are dialogue sequences and stuff. So it's not just like pure shooty fun. It's also, you know, like story to it and stuff. But it's a very campy story. Like you can tell they're going for like a cheesy 80s action movie type of feel to the story.
Found a blood medal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I remember this. Actually, we saw this this year at E3.
Did we?
On the PC gaming show. I remember it because I remember like the main gun. They had kind of a bad-looking prop that they gave the host of the show.
I remember that.
Oh,
And
no.
I remember the prop.
In their
I don't remember.
defense, in their defense, I did remember it. So
Yeah.
it worked.
And see, now there was just a whole bunch of fighting in a row, but now I just get like a nice relaxing platforming sequence. So
Where you get lasered to death.
yeah, see, I thought I could shoot those, but like they also have like long ass platforming / puzzle solving / dodge shit sequences. Yeah, you see, I thought it would instant kill me, so I just like let go of the control when it hit me there, and I was like, oh, oops.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You were just
and yeah,
expecting
they're
it
good
to
about
instant
giving
kill
you checkpoints.
Yeah.
But they're also really bad about spawning shit behind you like they just did. Like, they do it all the time on purpose. I think the story is like... Oh, man, I can't remember
You
anything
play as
about
the Emperor
story.
of Mankind.
Yeah, I mean,
you
yeah,
gotta
pretty
kill
much.
fast and
No,
bullets
you're-
are too slow.
No, you're like Kip Action Hero from Action Man Action. You do action. You're John Action.
See.
And that's your character. I think you might be Valfaris Action Man. That's his name. I'm pretty sure.
Sounds about right.
Valfaris, dude.
Yeah. Now, you see, here I'm just trying to hit a fucking switch, and I'm like, haven't actually seen that switch up at the top of the screen yet. I'm trying to figure out where it is the first time, and so I jumped to get it, but these fuckers are blocking everything.
You can't get out of that
I think I like, yeah.
8-directional gate.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. See, I think I actually have to come back with a different weapon for that or something. Or I think maybe I jump and hit it with my sword.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
You have to be
okay.
right in the perfect spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and your weapons also are upgradable. That's something that's a good thing to mention. All the weapons are upgradable, and they're not just necessarily upgrades that do like more damage. Like this gun now shoots 3 bullets. It only started with
Yeah,
1,
that's probably
you know, but-
that's super Contra-esque for sure.
yeah. But then of course there are things that just do more damage. Like this rocket launcher, that it's like it does more damage.
I mean, yeah, I saw that coming.
You jumped at like
I
the
think
worst
that-
possible time.
I think that here I got kind of pissed off and had to stand up and take a break. That's what that pause screen was.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I was like, I can't fucking believe I did that. Now I have to go through that stupid button shit again. This game made me very angry, but I couldn't put it down. Like,
Right.
You did play Dark Souls somehow.
yeah.
You're not the
somehow.
kind of person I would really super expect to play a game like Dark Souls, but
Like, see,
But
the
you
thing
play
is,
all of them,
Dark
so.
Souls. Yeah, well, the thing about Dark Souls is there's no other asshole on the other side of the computer kicking my ass.
That's understandable.
well, there isn't in Valfaris.
Yeah, but I have. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, so I just realized that this guy blocks
Blocks
Yeah.
rockets.
blocks rockets.
You just walk up to
So
her,
see,
you're
there's-
just
there's
fuck
that
it, kill
learning
me.
Experience. No, I was trying to parry him because that's the only way to get him to drop his sword.
Oh.
See, Dark Souls doesn't have fucking enemies that you have to parry. It has enemies that you want to parry. I kind of wish I had spent less time recording this section because there is a boss that I like.
Coming up.
Yeah, but it's towards the end. Okay, so I'll put it this way here. I was on like this is I think the 3rd level of the game. I've probably fought like 18 or 19 bosses by this point. If you include mini bosses. But
Right.
there are like a lot of full-fledged bosses.
Well, we got to see one of the mini bosses.
Yeah, that was like kind of a real small mini boss, but there are also like a lot of like legit bosses that just kind of show up in the middle of the stage and they're like health bar
You're
bosses.
still having trouble with it.
I know that at 8 gate it's
There we
killing
go.
me. There we go. See, like you have to do some of these sequences a few times, and then there I was like, okay, not dealing with that again, putting the checkpoint in, and I
Yeah, man,
started
that
this,
fucking up button
with
is
the
way
check-
too hard.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, the button. not the parrying, dude, the button.
It's
Yeah.
really what it is. I pretty much skip every checkpoint the first time.
Yeah.
What I do is, like, I want to see how hard the sequence coming up is. I don't care about the sequence before it.
Yeah.
If the sequence coming up is really hard, then I'll use the checkpoint.
Where it's like, oh, this is a boss fight,
And also
clearly
this-
I wanna...
This sequence is an asshole, because you have to time it right so that laser is on the opposite side of you and doesn't push you back off of the...
See.
I haven't figured out quite how to do it yet, but you have to stand on the like back edge of the moving platform. Eventually, it gets like really easy when I do it. Yeah, like that. But
That's the fun.
and see now exactly. But see now I've replenished that resurrection the 4 resurrection idols.
For blood
So like it's
medals or whatever they...
no blood medals are what you use to upgrade your weapons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My favorite weapon in the game is the like ice flamethrower that you saw me using. I actually switched weapons just to show off the multitude of weapons, but I haven't bothered to switch back.
Yeah.
yet.
Oh, man.
And this guy throwing his sword is like absolutely dicking me over.
That reminds me of,
Also-
I used, like, I used this one sword in that Castlevania game that came, or the... Fuck. I can't think of names right now. Bloodstained. There was the sword where you would throw it, and it looked just like that. And I used it for like most
Yeah,
of
I
the
remember
game.
Yeah.
Oh, so one of the robots that I killed there just blew up. That reminds me. Out of the like 18 or 19 bosses, I would say a good majority of them blow up and can kill you with their blow up animation.
Good to know.
Good.
Which will send you back and make you have to fight the entire boss over again.
You know, clearly your issue is impatience more than anything else.
Shut up, that's why I'm bad at platforming. Everybody knows I'm bad at platforming. Why do you think I haven't beaten the Path of Pain or even seen the Path of Pain?
Fair enough.
I've
The
never
Path
even
of Pain
beaten
is
the
a
White
secret
Castle.
area. First, you should probably beat the White Palace, which is
Yeah,
the
I've never
baby
even
version
been to
of
White
that.
Castle. I don't even fucking like hamburgers. This is a Harold and Kumar ass.
There's no reason to go to White Castle. They taste exactly
Cornered
the
and
same
Night
as the
Mar.
ones you can buy from the store.
No,
The White
I would
Castle
never buy a
store.
frozen White Castle burger. It reminds me of
Death.
work.
But they
that
taste
too.
exactly the same as non-frozen White Castle. That's the whole point of White Castle.
Castle burgers.
I'm pretty
What, did
sure
they
at
taste
White
like
Castle
frozen?
they just give you the same thing. They just heated it up instead of you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also you can parry projectiles.
Oh, that's neat.
Like I just did there. What it does is it sticks to your shield so that you can aim it anywhere you want.
Aw,
And
that's nice.
Okay, so like if there's a long line of projectiles, it actually happens in the boss fight. If there's a long line of projectiles, as long as you parry one of them and hold your shield, the rest of them also get parried, so it's a good way to deal like a huge amount of damage to a boss if you're good. But if you're not good, it'll deplete your shield and leave you with no energy to use your special weapon.
Gotcha.
So...
Sounds
You
like
know.
it comes from experience.
What makes you say that? Hey, look, Saine, I'm being patient. But I can't afford... Oh.
Not that patient.
Nah, not that patient. You see, this is the advantage of recording this so far in advance. I can't remember exactly what happened during this, so I might make a fool of myself instead of being measured in my expectations of my own gameplay.
That's fine. That's fine. Video games are hard, especially ones that are like, hey, this is a hard video game.
Supposed to be hard, yeah.
Yeah. Video games are hard, especially if they've been designed specifically to be hard.
Yeah. But I mean, like, this is like the kind of game that's hard because it's hard to extend the longevity of the game, which is a good thing. Like, I've been on this same level for 15 minutes now or something, and it's...
Yeah, and this
I've
game
gotten
doesn't
through,
seem
like,
like it's bullshit.
No, it's like
there's some games that are hard that are just like, yeah, okay, that's dumb.
There's some Contra.
Yeah,
there's some
pretty-
Contra games
basically-
that are like that.
Oh yeah.
most of the deaths that I have are like completely avoidable. Like it's missed timing on my part, or I accidentally didn't dodge something. Although I will say that those sword guys are kind of bullshit. I don't like the fact that there's exactly one way to kill them.
In fairness, I always hate games that. I don't like parry. I don't
Force
like
parry.
parrying in video games, just as
Yeah, I
it is.
kind of don't either. And I know Hornet Knight is going to have parrying, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of those things like based on the other game that they made, it's going to be like you don't have
Yeah,
to.
like good people will, but
Yeah. Some
But people who
games
suck
will,
like
sort of.
Thel just don't have to.
Yeah. I can just press the buttons fast enough and win.
Or you could charge a greatsword slash. I mean, nail art.
I
what
would
they're
rather
called?
in
Yeah.
almost any game like that, I would rather just dodge continuously until I can attack cleanly without having to parry. But
Yeah.
So one of the reasons that I actually like this,
you could probably skip that man if you find the open.
no,
door.
the way to open the door is by killing him. Some doors
Are you sure there's a little light down there that looks like you could unlock it?
Oh no, but he throws his swords through walls.
Oh.
So all the while I'm trying to platform over that button, he's throwing his sword through the wall at me.
Oh. Well, I mean, yeah, but you can still just dodge it.
I don't think you were paying attention when he was throwing his sword at me
I mean,
earlier.
yeah, it's big, but I mean, you have a
It's
ranged gun.
Fucking huge. The range, my gun doesn't shoot through walls, just his.
Yeah, but you can stand anywhere on that platform.
I don't trust the 8-point aiming.
well, I'm pretty sure you could just shoot right at it.
For
But
one,
we'll see.
you have to hold still to aim down.
Yeah.
You know what made me like Contra games though is like co-op
What?
features, which this game doesn't look like
Oh,
it
yeah.
has.
I'm not sure. It very well might. I didn't really pay attention. It might have like local co-op, but it's on Steam, so with that new Steam thing, which is
Yeah,
great,
I'm happy about that.
Let me
It's about damn
see.
time.
Man, I
Yeah,
wish
really.
we would do research on these games before we just started talking about them, but
Yeah, well, I mean, my research is playing the video game, so
I mean, same. But this just happens to us a lot. this is what I'm
Yeah.
getting at.
yeah, it does. I don't think it's, yeah, it's not co-op.
I didn't think
It's
I didn't
single
think so,
player
but
only.
Yeah.
So I kind of missed the opportunity to talk about this because it was at the beginning of this level. But at the very beginning of this level, if you actually go back in the video, you'll know what I'm talking about. There is like a giant skull behind me. That's the remains of a robot. I got to play as that robot after defeating that robot as a boss. So it also does things like give you different, not characters exactly, but it gives you like different modes of play, sort of. There was like a giant mech walker that like just blasted through enemies, you know, like vehicle modes, you know.
Kind of like set piece stuff.
Exactly, like a set. It's still just a toy that it gives you to play with for a while. It's not like it'll give you a mech you can summon. But,
right. That's good. Contra was always really good about that. It had like this level you have a tank, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Contra Metal Slug has done that a lot too.
Yeah, Metal Slug was like that.
Oh, I always conflate
actually,
those two, but yeah, they're similar enough anyway.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
Yeah, you could have baited his sword, baited his sword, have him throw it at you there.
Yeah, but I looked so pro parrying him there, didn't I? Also, I think I didn't notice the button until after I beat him, because I didn't have a chance to get a feel for my surroundings, because I was afraid I was gonna get sword in my face.
I was so afraid.
I don't even pretend.
I was so afraid you were gonna fall into the electricity, right, like on the way.
Is unlimited energy.
That seems fun.
Oh yeah, it's very fun. Especially when you're carrying the rocket launcher.
This feels like it should have some Doom music accompanying it.
Yeah, probably.
Rocket launcher.
Now, I think that I forget when my infinite energy runs out and wind up running out of energy just when I need the shield for this dude.
I think you've learned that you don't have to parry him. You can just kick his ass when he throws a sword.
You can just bait his sword out.
Or I can parry him and look really pro.
You did look pretty pro there, I have to admit.
Yeah.
For
Swinging
once.
my sword at him. Yeah, and I was like, nah, the unlimited energy was fun enough. I don't need, oh, it's a boss fight.
Oops.
Oops. So yeah, here's
some of the story.
Yeah, the God Emperor of Mankind, like really, you see that picture there? That was definitely...
Yeah, he does look like it.
Now, this boss isn't very hard. It does not change its attack pattern here at all. Like, what you're seeing there, like, that's the whole boss.
Yeah.
It shoots it to what it shoots a thing on whatever you're landed on, and then shoots a laser at you like that. At this point, I do not realize that I can climb along the ceiling. Once I realize I can climb along the ceiling, it becomes extremely easy.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm like, oh fuck. Ah, whatever. I don't need the infinite energy. I can take it all by myself.
That was a mistake.
Ow. Yeah.
Plus, you missed the fun.
Yeah. The sword pretty much one-shots people. I'm trying to emulate the fun by doing half sword, half rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah.
You'll get it next time.
Yeah, and here is where I start to regret not... I'm like, oh no! Here's where I start to regret not picking or not using the resurrection idol on that checkpoint before the boss.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, hey! There's one of the secrets that I found by accident.
That's how often they come about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Is that about it, or do you wanna watch until you beat the boss?
Well, not necessarily until I beat the boss, but let's give that boss a little bit more of a fair chance, because the boss fights in this game are really fun, and it would be a shame to only see like me die to him instantly because I didn't understand the mechanics once.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All of the boss fights are very interesting. Like, so far I've gone through a boss fight that was like, I was in the middle of a jungle and the boss fight was just an actual spider, which I killed, and then it's like shed its carapace and turned into a giant wasp. And then picked me up and carried me across a fucking map while I was trying to damage it so that it wouldn't kill me. And then dropped me somewhere where it started spawning more spiders. So, like, the boss fights can get pretty damn intricate. It's kind of a shame that obviously I didn't know what I was going to expect. What?
I'm sorry, did your rockets just target his sword?
Yeah, I think so. and then I just walked into the sword. I see. Here's one of the little big issues with skipping
Now,
every checkpoint the first time.
I'm thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that while his sword is out of his hands, can you destroy it?
Oh God, I'm gonna have to figure that out next time I play Valfaris.
That would be nice to know because that guy sucks.
Yeah, I have big major mundo problems with that guy. Do not like that guy. He kills me a lot. In fact, I'm pretty sure we could probably go back, rewatch the footage, and count the number of times I fucking die to that guy.
Like, if I were to play this game, I would just not even know about the whole parry thing. I would just assume you had to kill him by having him throw his sword.
Oh no! The first time you encounter one of those, it says parry the guy or parry some enemies for windows of vulnerability or something like that. Like the game
I would still probably absolutely stand back and let him throw his sword at me.
Right. Yeah, it's fair.
All right.
I almost got. Yeah, we don't need to wait for the boss. I think that I do pretty poorly here, but that boss is pretty entertaining. But he just kind of shoots the lasers around the arena. You have to like circle him while also doing other stuff. Like, obviously, every boss has a strategy to them. It's a video game.
It does seem like there's a lot of variety in this game overall.
Yeah, there is. I kind of wish I had switched up the weapons more, but you kind of have that trade-off where like you kind of want to upgrade all weapons because they're all good against certain dudes. Like against smaller or like swarming enemies, that flamethrower is really good because when you kill a guy, it also shoots out like extra little missile that'll kill the next guy, and those can kind of chain off of small enemies. So if I had that flamethrower, I could just shoot it at the sword guy, and it would kill all of the little flying drones for me.
Right.
See, Thel, I think I finally do give it now. I evidently didn't.
All right. Well, that's Valfaris. Seems pretty good.
It seems pretty hard, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or maybe I just suck at
That's
video
done.
games.
A little of A, a little
Well,
B.
I mean, no, I think this game was built to be hard.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right.
give us a like, comment about how bad Dalsson is in the comments.
I had a really bad Katana Zero too, so don't feel bad.
Subscribe for future videos of us dying to things in video games.
It'll
Yeah.
happen.
And
And if you want to say first, make sure you click on the notification bell.
yeah.
You know who you are.
Join our Discord. We got a Discord.
Oh, thank God I have the... Yeah, let's draw this out a little bit. We get to see the boss. Oh, and you know what? The upgrade system. See, this was important. I put the little flamethrower back
cool.
on because it just... Yeah, see how that shoots out, like, extra projectiles, and it just kind of loops
Took
around.
away like a chunk out of his health.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, pretty much the entire strategy to this boss is just let him shoot one side of something, and then let him shoot the laser at the other place and run forward a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he doesn't get much more complicated.
So yeah, join our Discord. We have a Patreon, so we would love it if you did that.
Yeah.
Because YouTube is very it's very hard to
YouTube
predict
is
what's
finicky.
happening with YouTube at any
Everybody
given
knows how
moment.
YouTube is nowadays.
Yeah.
Just
YouTube
like
be
it's
like
very
that.
hard to predict how I can't beat this boss because it's very easy.
So yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time, and remember, as always,
Stay beautiful.